So we packed up our lives in Vancouver, Canada, and moved to Panama. Well, depending on when you watch this, we're moving October 1st, 2025. So we might be in Panama enjoying the beautiful weather and the freedom, or we are scrambling trying to make the move work. Regardless, if you are in Canada, I think you are seeing what's happening too. It's not pretty. The trajectory we're on is very concerning. People are struggling. Politicians are lying. I know that's an oxymoron, but the Liberals and the NDP do seem to be particularly sketchy. State-sponsored media, good luck with that one. I don't know anyone who would listen to them anymore. So this channel, I've really created this in a hope to help people make a similar move to what we are doing, or at the very least, see reality a bit more accurately. I'll go in much deeper in why we left Canada in our video. There are a lot of layers to this, and I don't want to make this video too long. But for now, I just wanted to have a quick little intro for this video, or sorry, for this channel. So there are 4 reasons for why I created this channel. One is to document the journey. This is in effect a timestamp. I want to be able to come back again 10 years later to watch this and relive this excitement of trying to live in a different country, especially a country like Panama. It's so different for us. So I want to document that. Also, I think like most people do tend to get stuck, mainly due to fear. And in this case here, we did not. And I want to document that. I want to be able to relive that. And reason 2, it's for friends and family. They want to see us exploring Panama. And I think a lot of people too, they don't really know anything about Panama, including myself. I didn't really either. In some ways, I still don't, because I haven't actually been there, but I have researched it a ton. So. And I want to share that with my family and friends, and then anyone else that gets value out of it. In some ways, Panama reminds me of a lot of Vancouver, actually, or Canada. I moved here about 20 years ago, and I knew nothing about Vancouver, Canada. I jokingly sort of told myself when I got the job offer that they're going to set me up in an igloo to live in. Like, I didn't know anything about it. It seemed like this cold place because that's all we see in the movies. And there wasn't that much in the media about Canada and Europe. There still aren't. It's kind of like people don't talk about it. And Panama is very similar to that. People don't know anything about it. So I'd like to share that. I'd like to share that experience with friends and family. And if anyone else gets value out of that, I think that's great. So that's one of the reasons for creating this channel. And reason 3 is I want to help people change their lives for the better. I think a lot of people, especially in Canada and Europe, they feel stuck. They feel like you can feel like it feels like the countries are dying, to be blunt. I'll cover in detail why I think this is happening and the supporting evidence for it. But for the sake of brevity, I will not cover it in this. I really want to just hammer in that I don't think we're stuck. Like, you are not stuck. You are in control. You do have options. And I think maybe think about this one a little bit. I think your loyalty should be to your friends and family, not a government doubling down on debt, control, and just overall dysfunction. And reason 4 is I put in the work. I have put in a lot of time. I spent a lot of time, effort, money on this. I made a lot of mistakes on this, and I'd like to share that. I want other people to use that, because if I had had these resources when I started, I would have saved a lot of pain and suffering. Little things, it's never as simple as you think it is. But everything, I've been in business now for 20 years, is the same. You look outwards towards something and you think you understand it, but you do not. It is never how you think it is coming from the outside. And little things like even like getting an RCMP report, I have a video comment on that. You will read the steps required to get an RCMP report, but it's not that simple. Yeah, you might get lucky and it's that simple. We did not. There was errors made by the RCMP, several really egregious errors. I will share it in another video. So my hope, or my goal with this channel is, I'm not going to share fluff I've just learned online or on Facebook or some nonsense. These are things that I've actually done. I've done it, I've made the mistakes, or a lot of times government agencies have made mistakes, and I've learned how to maneuver around that. And I want to share that with you to hopefully limit the amount of pain and suffering you have to deal with if you decide to go down this route. And the last reason is, I might monetize this. I might try and see if I can make some money off it. I want to be fully transparent about that. That is not the goal of this channel. but I might decide to do that. We do live in a capitalistic world, and I think that is a fantastic thing. You give someone $100 and you get two, three, four, $500 back in value. You would not be giving your $100 away if you didn't get more than $100. It's kind of obvious if you think about it, right? This is how value is created in society. Back in the day when we didn't have currency, we would just trade. I had a pig and you had 5 chickens. You give me your 5 chickens and I give you my pig. Now we have a piece of paper that says a number on it, like 100, and we've agreed that that's worth something. You give me this piece of paper and I give you my pig, and I can use this piece of paper to buy whatever I want with it. It's a good system. So I might end up doing that. It is not the goal of this channel at all, but I might do that, and I want to be fully transparent about that out of the gate. So if there's anything specific you want me to cover, please write a comment. Like, this is not some lame attempt at engagement. I couldn't possibly help you if I didn't know what you struggle with and something like this. So write a comment on what you want, and I will do my very best to help with that. If you don't currently have any questions, then I would recommend you hit that subscribe button. You never know, maybe future you 10 years from now, sitting on a beach, sipping a Mai Tai, would be thanking you today for doing this.